Hi friends. Long time no see. Like a really long time. Like, I don't know, a year. Well, you've missed a lot. And clearly I have too. But hi. Welcome back to Halloween month, spooky month, whatever you want to call it. I'm here with more makeup. Crazy, I know. But couple things that we need to kind of like get talking about before we really do the like, let's go with the whole makeup thing. In the last year, I got a cat. She's right there. If she moves in and out, just ignore her. Ella was still here. He's sleeping over there. And this year, Halloween month is a little different for me because I've been actively streaming over on Twitch. My name is Caitlin Julian _Sims. Pop it right here. And it's been going pretty well, I'm not gonna lie to you. We're at almost 500 followers. It's been a steady incline recently. We're having a great time, but if you didn't know, October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which means, okay, we, over on my Twitch channel, and I'm gonna leave the link here, are raising money for the Joyful Heart Foundation, which is a national, I'm in the United States, a national organization that raises money for benefiting, advocating for, and helping those who have been victims of domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse. So in the description down below, there will be a link to my Tiltify page, which is a overall fundraising website that allows you to donate directly to the charity under my campaign. I do not touch the money. It does not come to me. I don't even look at the money other than the fact that I say thank you very much, okay? And you can donate directly to it. Then you get a nice receipt in the mail. You can, write it off on your taxes and call it a day. But if you feel so inclined, we are currently working on raising, the goal now is $1,000 because it was 500. And in my first day of streams, which I'm filming this on Tuesday, October 1st, happy threshing to anybody who is a Fourth Wing fan. My first stream for our little fundraising month was yesterday, the 30th, and we managed to raise $500. Which was my original goal. So we have already surpassed my original goal. And if you would like to help us raise $1,000 for the Joyful Heart Foundation, wow, that word shouldn't be so hard to say, but here we are. Thank you. That's all I have to say. Thank you if you choose to donate. If not, there you can also amplify the link by sharing it to others. You can post about it wherever you want. I don't care. Take the link and share away. I'm all for it, okay? Now, what are we doing today, you might ask? Well, I want to start it off, it's been a year since I've done makeup, especially Halloween makeup. And so I kind of wanted to start it off a little slow and like slowly work our way to the difficult stuff. So this week we're starting down here. Okay. We're starting a little bit easier, if you will. And we're going to be doing a makeup that could trigger a lot of phobias. So trigger warning for arachnophobia, any sort of bug phobia, any spider haters. Okay, we will be doing a spider-based look. I am warning you now, if you would like to skip this one, I understand. But there are about to be pictures on the screen, and if that is something you don't like, please tune out. Come back next week, okay? Feel free to follow me, to subscribe to my channel if you will. Sorry, follow is a Twitch thing, subscribe is a YouTube thing. Feel free to follow me for next week's video, but currently this is going to be a bit of an arachnophobia problem, so if you don't like spiders, look away. Are you gone? Okay, this is what we're doing. These are the vibes, okay? We're trying to do a little bit of a spider on our eye and maybe coming out of our mouth. That's my goal. This is all makeup. This is not any sort of special effects. It is not any prosthetics. It is not being glued. This is all makeup. You are using black paint and eyeshadow, and that's kind of it. So let's get started, why don't we? So first things first, only one eye will be the spider. The other eye will just be makeup. So why don't we catch up while I do some standard makeup? The other thing I wanted to let you know is this base routine is kind of my standard base, same stuff I use every day. And by every day, I mean maybe once a month when I put makeup on, because I don't wear makeup every day. Fuck that. That's why I stopped doing this shit all the time, because I don't wear makeup. I barely even put the shit on. What do I care? So foundation, Still the classic L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. I mix 202 and 204. 203 doesn't work for me, but these two mixed together kind of does. I mean, meh. You're never gonna be perfect. Tower 28 concealers. I use shade, the shades are so hard to tell. K-Town and BU, I don't know what the numbers are because they don't tell me, but one's like very much a summer shade and one is very much a wintry shade, and I just mix them together to make a shade that I like. If I want to highlight extra, I'll use a little bit more of this, whatever. And then to correct my under eyes prior to that, I do still use my Becca or Smashbox X Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector in Fair Light. I skipped primers, but I use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty and the Auric Glow Lust or Radiant Luminizer in shade Selenite still. What else? Anything different? Not really. Today I used the Patrick Ta Face Palette. It is the Cream Contour and Powder Bronzo in She's Sculpted. This is what she looks like. I did not use the powder. I only used the cream. And then for powder on top of that, Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in Bronzer. And then my cheeks for blush, I did not use cream today, which I do normally do, but I didn't want it to be a super blushy look, so we did Milani Baked Powder Blush in Luminoso. I don't even know if they sell this anymore. This is so old. Look at this. You have no idea what that is. I only know because I look at it all the time. It's a mess. And then I'm still a NYX girly for my eyebrows. We have the NYX Thick-It Stick-It in the shade Brunette. And then we have the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in Taupe. It is a little too red for the ends of my brows, but the other one I have is like ash brown and it's so dark, it's aggressive. So we don't, beggars can't be choosers. So now let's get into some eye look. I decided I didn't want the palette that I had. So I went and grabbed my, you can see what I'm watching. I'm watching The Anonymous on Peacock, okay? Let a girl live. The Natasha Denona Glam palette. It is their cool toned eyeshadow palette, and I think it'll work perfect for this. It feels like the right vibe. So I kind of want to do like a little bit more of a dramatic matte eye look over here and not go crazy with the shimmer. I don't know how much you want me to perfectly explain everything I'm doing. I feel like tutorials are kind of, gone in this day and age, but I'm going to dip into the shade called Crease. There is only one in this palette, so should be pretty easy. It is like a taupey neutral. All right, I'm gonna start on the outer V and we're gonna start blending into my crease and just kind of take a little bit of time. I can't take that much time because it's 9:45 p.m. and I'm just starting. Unfortunately, I prepared everything for this except, charging my camera batteries. It's like I'm out of practice or something. So I went to go put a camera battery in and they were all dead. I've been sitting here just doing my base and just like twiddling my thumbs for like a solid hour and a half. At least I was moderately productive, but still, like I didn't want this for myself. So what have I been up to other than Twitch, Like where have I been? What have I been doing? Life is good. We're still down in the Charlotte area. We're having a great time. My daughter is now playing club soccer, which has been a great time because I also get to assistant coach that club soccer team. And that is a joy that I will never get over. Coaching is so fun for me, and club soccer is great because they have to try a little harder and you can push them just a little bit harder and expect a little bit more from them, which is great. I don't hate it, let me tell you. All right, I'm gonna take another little fluffy, almost like a paddle brush, but floofier. And we're gonna dip into the Smoke shade, which is like a neutral medium brown. And we're just gonna kind of keep that a little bit lower is kind of the goal. I'm gonna tap on it first just to give myself some pigment here. I honestly find that freshly washed brushes are worse to blend with. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I turned 30 this year. And by this year, I mean 2025. But it's past my birthday, so in the next year. February is actually my birthday, but in the next year, I turned 30. My skin is not quite as young as it once was, you know what I mean? If you see any imperfections, no you didn't. I don't have any. I'm perfect, beautiful, amazing, thank you. Alrighty, now I'm going to deepen that up with a little pointed itty bitty fluffy brush with the shade called Lash Line, which is almost a black. Now putting black on my eyes is always very scary for me because I am I don't know. Can I blend eyeshadow? Sure. Do I think I'm a master? Absolutely not. Maybe I just will never consider myself a master, but black is scary. It's a hard color to fix, you know? You can't take away, you can always add more. So, you know, I just recommend being a little careful. I'm kind of blending it in at like an angled down towards my lash line. In the event that I do any eyeliner or anything, I think this will just help us out more than hurt us. But now I'm just blending it with each brush as I go. So like this brush with that darker brown shade, tap off excess, and then blend that so the edges kind of mesh together. And then I'll go in with the next shade and so on and so forth, and then a clean brush, you know? I've also been this whole time, by the way, going underneath my lash line and adding the same colors with the same brushes, just trying to keep it a little bit more precise, but you know, still kind of blown out, buffed out, if you will. I'm gonna take this like skin tone shade and I'm going to press that onto my inner corner and up into the crease a little bit, kind of follow that like angled shape that I created earlier. Now I'm gonna mix that skin tone with a little bit of white and just go right into my inner corner. Brighten that bitch up a little bit. Oh, look at her, she's so awake. Oh my gosh, she slept 12 hours last night. No, I didn't. I slept maybe 5. All right, so that one's done. And now, in order to get this like deep, dark side working with the spider legs, we're going to do like a really blown out, just like all black eye. So I am going to add a little bit of the crease shade on this side, just to give myself somewhere to blend some of this into. I'm gonna be a little bit more pigmented with it and also incredibly messy because this does not need to be looking good. It is going to be a giant black hole in the middle of my face. So the difference between this eye and this one, we took our time. Focus. We took our time on this side. We're not on this side. We're just, well, I mean, we will, but in different ways. We're just kind of blowing out the eye look, giving ourselves a big area to kind of blend this darker shade into. So now that I have the crease shade all over my lid in a giant mess, I'm also gonna take the smoke shade, get a little bit more on my brush, pat that down, just to give myself a hair of pigment before I blend it away. Also having the base get a little bit darker. I don't wanna do too many layers of shadow because I don't want it to get so covered that it like won't stick, you know, like it won't stay on my skin very well, but having a little bit of a base will make it a little easier when it comes to the application of the darker black in a second as well. Okay, now for the fun part. I'm not gonna use that darker lash line shade because that's not a true black. That shade is actually just like a deep, deep gray brown. So I'm now going to take this black shade from this palette. I won't name who it is by because I think that person is relatively questionable in many ways. But we're gonna take a black eyeshadow and we are patting that with a packer brush all over our lid. This is important too. Tap off the excess because these black shadows, once they get on your base makeup, you are not getting it back off. So proceed with caution. I'm also going to take the same black on this fluffy brush that I used lash line on earlier, and I'm going to get that on my lower lash line. We will also put like a black eyeliner down there on my waterline to kind of hide any of my skin tone here, but we're going to do this for now. I'm going to take that smoke shade and I'm going to kind of just buff the edges? Buff the edges. Same difference, right? This is the part that may take longer than any of the other blending, just because blending the edges of a black eyeshadow is not going to be the simplest thing in the world. So feel free to take time if you want it to be nice and like blown out and blended, which I do suggest you do. All right, I think I'm going to do the eyeliner and stuff, like eyeliner and mascara at the end. It will get a little bit messy if I try to do it all now. One, my eyes might get irritated because I don't ever wear eyeliner anymore, but also I just don't want to end up messing up my lashes or doing anything weird when I'm trying to blend in a second. I need to get some water because now we're gonna dip into our water-based face paints. Wait a second. No, I'm not. I'm a liar. What we are gonna do now is take that same packer brush and we are going to put a little bit of color on our lips. Kind of create like an ombre blown out black, I guess lipstick, if you will. I don't know. That might not be the best word for it, but we're gonna do that. You know what? My lips being so chapped might help us here. Nope, no, it does not. It does not help us. It actually makes it worse. We learned in this moment right now. Like, are you joking me?
2 hours later.
This lip look is brought to you by chapped lips, black eyeshadow, grease paint, and a little bit of lip liner all mixed together because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and now we're regretting it. Thank you. I already told myself that I was gonna have to put you away if you're gonna be all over my desk while I was doing makeup, because this is not the place for a kitty cat. Do you wanna see my cat? This is Daniel. She is 6 months old. She was found in a not even a coworker, my assistant soccer coaches from the rec league last season in spring in her backyard with like 6 of other siblings, and she was free. Hello, get down. Do I like cats? Not really. Did I get one anyways? Yes. Now I can do the paint. This is our paint palette. It is the Mehron 98 pan palette, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And this is what we are working with. I also have some just like plain water here because these are water activated paints. So you do need water in order to make them work. And I'm also going to take a little itty bitty, maybe this brush. Yeah, we'll do this brush. These are literally, this is a pack of, I'm not joking, like fine detail paint brushes. Like paint brushes, not makeup brushes, paint brushes. If you want to do makeup looks with detail and or are using paints, whether it's water activated, grease paints, alcohol activated, anything, they're going to be your saving grace. Paint brushes are so helpful. They are so precise in comparison to a lot of makeup brushes out there, which is phenomenal when you're doing things like this, where it requires a little bit more precision, a little bit more care and delicacy. So I think I'm gonna start with the eye because that's the least scary one in my opinion. All right. Oh my gosh, my battery's gonna die. So I'll show you like a leg or two and then I will go off and finish them. And hopefully by then the other battery will be like a little bit charged and then we can do some shading. I'm gonna have to just keep swapping these batteries. I did a bad job, okay? Next week I'll be better. I'll be prepared. I'll do a better job, okay? Don't sue me. I haven't done this in a year, okay? So I'm gonna take my little brush here and I'm going to just paint. So we're gonna start at my crease and we are gonna work our way up. I'm gonna also paint into my eyebrow. Okay. Go up to here and then they're going to sharply curve back. And then we're gonna add a foot. So that's one leg. And now we obviously have to do 7 more. And then I will show you one on my lips real quick and then I'll just disappear and you'll never know, never be the wiser, you know? It's just me painting the same shapes. Obviously when you get closer to say like where you're gonna consider the mouth to be, you're gonna need to like make them a little bit shorter and smaller. But you know, nothing crazy. So from here, I'm gonna take it from my corner. I'm going to go up. Oop. That leg got a little thick, you know, a little thick. And I don't necessarily find that you have to be super precise with these. Like spider legs aren't gonna be like these perfect straight lines. They're gonna be a little bumpy. They're gonna be a little hairy even. So like just, you know, give yourself some grace. Okay, we have 2 legs. So now I have to go off and do a bunch more. And then the shading of the shadow and all that I will do when I get back will be really where like it starts to shine, right? So like right now we're just adding legs and they don't feel like anything other than black lines because honestly, that's all they are. When we come back and we start doing the shading underneath them to give that like illusion of them popping off your face in like a 3D manner, that's when it's gonna start to come together and really come to life. And so that will be fun. So I will continue painting I will hope that all my batteries are charged at the end of that. And if not, we'll just suffer through. I'll stay up until they're fucking charged, okay? This will be rough for me and not for you. As far as you know, this video will be done in like 10, 20 minutes. Who's to say? I might have yapped too much. This one's supposed to be short. I don't know. I switched the battery. It wasn't fully charged yet, but it's fine. Welcome to my spider leg face. Remember that time I gave you a warning? This was why. There's spiders crawling out of my face, okay? What we are going to do now is we are going to do all the shading. This is the part that's gonna be a little bit tedious. I might cut a lot of it out, especially for your sanity, my editing sanity, future Caitlin's sanity, all the sanities. I might cut a little bit of it out, but I will start doing some of it. I have this itty bitty little thing. It's very teeny tiny, okay? Very bitty, teeny tiny. We're going to go into that smoke shade that we use, that like neutral brown, okay? And what we're going to do, we're gonna think about the fact that the legs are popping off our face. So our shadows are gonna be a little bit more straight than that. I'm gonna try to stay in frame as best as I can. This is incredibly difficult for me. Also, the legs, like up close, messy. From afar, that's where the illusion is, and that's okay. Don't feel bad about it, okay? It's not gonna look good up close. Nothing looks that good up close. Makeup is makeup. They're gonna know, okay? They're gonna know. So for example, we're gonna take this one here. It's gonna struggle to focus on my face. I hope the focus isn't terrible for like the rest of this video, but it might be. And for that, I apologize. But I don't look like a human anymore. I look like a spider, okay? It's not the camera's fault. It's literally trying so hard. So this smoke shade on this really fine detailed brush is gonna go from underneath this foot out a little bit and then curve back in. So essentially you want the shadows to meet at the foot and at where it connects to like your eye or your mouth or wherever you're connecting it to. And then when you're doing the shadows, we will do more work on this to make it a little bit deeper, a little bit more obvious, but you need to make the shadows the deepest where the spider leg is touching your skin. So you need to like picture this illusion, right? So the foot is pressed against my face, so I will put color by the foot, and then I am going to just gently, very gently go to the middle, because that leg is up in the air, it's not touching me, but it is touching me down here, because that's where like the body is in the illusion. So even like your pressure on your brush needs to be lighter as you get to the middle. We're also gonna add a little bit of black to make the shadow even stronger, which will help this illusion be more convincing. But we're gonna go through and do that to every single leg. And as you go, like this is one of the ones where like trusting the process is important, but each time you do something different, it's going to look more convincing. And so that's gonna be really rewarding. This is also incredibly simple. You can do all of this, the legs, with simply eyeliner, which is what I did last year. I'll insert a picture here. This is what I did last year in probably 15 minutes. The fastest makeup of all time, if you will. I had to get ready quick because work ended at 5 and trick-or-treating starting at like 5:30. So I had to go quick, plus get my daughter ready and put makeup on her and all that jazz. So it was quick and it was all done with eyeliner and shadow, and that's it. And everybody, at least if you're, you know, trying to do some sort of makeup look for Halloween, you probably have eyeliner and shadow. So you can do this. So this one's a really simple one, and it's a good way to start the year to kind of get me out of my like rusty rut, if you will. See how creepy it gets so fast? It really gets so creepy. Now, this is where we really accentuate all of these shadows. So yes, we tried to add a little bit more of the pigment to the feet and the body, and then lighten it as we went. Now, sometimes that doesn't go perfect, which is fine, because what you do next is, I'm gonna take that lash line shade, which is not quite a pure black, but you can use a pure black if you want. And what's gonna happen, I'm gonna get nice and close for you, hopefully, is I'm going to literally take the same brush and I'm just going to tap it. At the edge of the shadow. See how it just got way darker? So that gives more of that shaded effect. I might get my little, like I might touch up some of these browns a little bit after, but you just take this darker color and you just tap it right on the very, very edge. You don't blend, you just tap it, because it will kind of blend itself a little bit. and it just provides a harsh enough shadow that it really gives away like this effect. So I just did that one. I'm gonna go here. Okay, I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna keep doing this. I keep shutting the camera off to kind of save the battery. So the more I can do that, the better for all of us, mainly me. The last thing I wanna do is I wanna add the tiniest amount of highlights, like a little bit just on the legs, like the upper like curves, just to give them a little bit more definition. When I originally did this look, I did not add highlights because I didn't have time, and it still gives the illusion, but I think it would just add a little something extra to it, you know? So I will go off, I will finish these shadows like I just told you, just tapping. Shouldn't take too long for me. It'll take 2 seconds for you, and then we'll finish this bad boy up. So this is where we're currently at. I'd say from this far in the viewfinder, it looks pretty cool. Also this eye, Daniel is displeased with my speaking right now. This eye, nailed it. I'm pretty happy with this. I would say that I think the last time I did this look, I might have done it a little better. This is why I don't practice looks most of the time. If you didn't know, when I do Halloween videos, the first time I'm doing the look is right now. Okay, normally, other than this one. Last time I did this. The first time I do the look is live on camera. There's no saying if it's gonna go well. If it goes bad, there's no fucking coming back from that, okay? So that is one of the major issues. But I also do think that it kind of helps, because at times, I don't have time to overthink it, you know? Now with this one, because I know that I've done it before, I feel as if I might have overthought some of the things, to the point where I literally took a makeup wipe and water on a paintbrush and tried to remove legs like 3 or 4 times after I painted them on, because I was like, I don't know if I like that placement. It's not that serious. I could have put them anywhere. The other thing that I'm noticing, I would recommend an eyeliner pen, okay? The reason is this paintbrush is tiny, but it's still wider than I want it to be. And I know that sounds crazy, but it is, because some of these legs like really got away from me and they are very wide. But an eyeliner pen is like an itty bitty little felt tip pen, and that shit is thin. Yeah, if you fuck it up, you have to thick it up a little bit more, but not as thick. Okay. The problem is that the second I touch, because well, we're back. So this is where we're currently at. I'd say from this far in the viewfinder, it looks pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with this. I would say that I think the last time I did this look, I might have done it a little better. This is why I don't practice looks most of the time. If you didn't know, when I do Halloween videos, the first time I'm doing the look is right now. Okay, normally, other than this one. Last time I did this. The first time I do the look is live on camera. There's no saying if it's gonna go well. If it goes bad, there's no fucking coming back from that, okay? So that is one of the major issues. But I also do think that it kind of helps, because at times, I don't have time to overthink it, you know? Now with this one, because I know that I've done it before, I feel as if I might have overthought some of the things, to the point where I literally took a makeup wipe and water on a paintbrush and tried to remove legs like 3 or 4 times after I painted them on, because I was like, I don't know if I like that placement. It's not that serious. I could have put them anywhere. The other thing that I'm noticing, I would recommend an eyeliner pen, okay? The reason is this paintbrush is tiny, but it's still wider than I want it to be. And I know that sounds crazy, but it is, because some of these legs like really got away from me and they are very wide. But an eyeliner pen is like an itty bitty little felt tip pen, and that shit is thin. Yeah, if you fuck it up, you have to thick it up a little bit more, but not as thick as some of these fucking legs, let me tell you. But regardless, I want to do a little bit of highlighting. Off camera, I did do my mascara as well as my eyeliner. Daniel's back, but Danny, girl, you cannot. She wants to be involved, but she also wants to be on the desk. And the problem is I can't have her on the desk, because on the desk, ow, Ella, that was me. On the desk is danger. I am taking the smallest, literally the smallest brush. This is a Delium Tools 706. It is the smallest little eyeliner brush. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this eyeliner and I'm going to try to highlight the sides that are not on the shadow side. Now, this is really fucking hard because I don't have the steadiest of hands, okay? I'm going to try to stay in frame. I'm going to try to do all the things. This is going to be difficult. And if I cut and you don't see any of it, it's because I did a bad job keeping you in frame, okay? How's the white looking? Okay. This is fine. Okay. The problem is that the second I touch, because it's wet, the black, it turns gray. You can't see this, it's fine. So one thing I'm noticing that is very helpful with this, so especially with water-based paint, the more water you add, the thinner the paint, like pigment, will be. Now, because I don't really want this to be a true stark white, I'm trying to add more water than I think I need to, because then it gives a better illusion of like a highlight, because it's a little bit more true to like a gray tone than a white. So that's just something maybe to think about when you're doing this. Well, this is it. I did have to change the memory card. What are you gonna do? You know, my editing job will be a little bit more difficult now, but who is really keeping track? My animals are bickering back there. It doesn't want to focus on me. It's very confused. There's a Daniel and there's an Ello. Anyways, this is our finished look. This is our finished spider. I know I kind of gave a little like quick tidbit of all the things that I think I could have changed. I do think that maybe I overthought it just a hair. I do think maybe my paintbrush was just a little too thick. But at the end of the day, I do think that the white highlights really add to it. I don't know if they're coming off on camera as they do in real life, but they definitely add enough of a highlight to give them a little bit more of that 3D vibe. Like the legs look a little bit more 3D. Obviously the shadow makes them look like they're popping off your face, but the legs themselves didn't have any dimension. So now that they have a little bit of dimension, I'm seeing a little bit more of this like illusion kind of coming through, and I do really enjoy that. You ready to see it in action, in slow-mo action? Ooh. Well, that's it for me, guys. This is all I have for you for the first week. I have a sticky note literally right there. That is all the other looks planned out, except for the special effects. The week 4 is always special effects, and it's literally just says SFX. I don't have a plan. I don't even have a plot. I will put a little blooper at the end of this video if you are curious of Daniel causing problems. I zoomed her in right up close and I said, tell everyone that you're the issue here. You're the problem. Anyways, just a nice friendly reminder that I'm raising money for the Joyful Heart Foundation in honor of Domestic Violence Awareness Month in support of domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse. You know, break the silence and the violence. It's very important to me, a cause that is near and dear to my little cold, dead heart. And also, that same Twitch channel, Caitlin_Jolene_Sims, which I will pop up here again. So give it a follow if you are interested in The Sims 4, Stardew Valley, like cozy games. I don't tend to do a bunch of makeup on stream. However, on October 30th, which is the Wednesday before Halloween, I will be doing a live full makeup tutorial live on stream. It's gonna be crazy, okay? So if you are interested in a 5th look this year, head on over to my Twitch and follow that, because on October 30th, you will get it. Thank you all for watching. I hope you had a great rest of your day, week, month, or year. And I will see you all next week for look number 2. Oh my gosh. Okay. Bye. Oh my god, this is so weird. I haven't had to do this in so long. I think that's what I say. I don't fucking know. Fucking love Halloween, you know what I mean? Look at this. You can get an up close look. Ugh, look at me. I'm so creepy. A creepy corally. Oh, it actually, the white really helps. So creepy. Anyways, bye. Really ruining this for me. We're trying to have a nice time. Tell the people what you did. Tell them. They want to know. They want to know how you're the menace that is causing problems, okay? You can't be doing this. You're going to have to go in the bathroom. I know, but you don't listen. I understand, but you won't listen. No, Ella.